G'day, welcome back to the Big Talk Show. Another 4 a.m. off to the wage slave job. Anyway, today we're talking about self-custody. Because if they're not your keys, they're not your coins. Simply meant you don't hold possession of the most valuable bearer asset in the world. People new to Bitcoin, crypto space, may or may not understand this yet, but it is the most important thing you will learn on your journey. Why do I say this? I've said in previous videos, I've been burnt by not having self-custody. I don't want anyone to go through the same thing that I did. This is why, take away from this video that one clear message: not your keys, not your coins. So let's talk a little bit about self-custody. What options do you have? Well, first off, it's depending on how much Bitcoin you have. If you've got anything more than say $1,000, it's definitely worth having a cold wallet. When I say cold, if you don't know what I mean, you've got hot and cold. Hot, connected to the internet. Cold, never connected to the internet, which means your private key never sees the light of day on the internet. That's what you want. Ever seen that movie? I think it's with Will Smith and Gene Hackman, where he's like a CIA spy or something, and his office is in like a big Faraday cage. Basically, that's what your cold wallet is. It's a Faraday cage to the world for your Bitcoin. Some of the brands that you can look at initially should ideally be Bitcoin focused. Now, the main one, the big one, Ledger, it's okay, but since they introduced a feature where there is that slight possibility they can take your keys, now they say you've got to grant permission. Those hardcore people will say, no, that's it, the trust is gone. Basically, they provide a service where it splits your key up into three things, three pieces, and sends them off to different companies to hold for you as like a backup. It's just a way for them to make more money, because it's a weekly or yearly subscription. So if you're getting started and you're not in shitcoins, don't bother with Ledger. The next option, Trezor, from the Czech Republic, I believe. They have been around since the start. Their wallets are very good. They have 3 wallets at the moment: the Safe 3, the 5, and the 7. Now they have an option where you can buy a Bitcoin only version that's in an orange color. Important to note, it doesn't matter which one you get, because you can install Bitcoin only or universal software on either one. Now, why would you say, oh, I need Bitcoin only software? There's less bugs and less issues and less things that can go wrong being Bitcoin only software, or firmware, I should say. So if you're going to hold Bitcoin, just have the Bitcoin only firmware. There's just less things to go wrong. And if you're going to hold a stable coin, like if you sell or you need to move stables, buy 2 wallets and have one with the universal firmware that you can install, USDC, USDT on Ethereum or whatever on it. Sorry, it's a bit dark. Yeah, don't mix them up. It's just long-term safer that way. There's also companies that do Bitcoin only, and their software or firmware is not able to install anything else. So you've got Coldcard. The Coldcard Q is a new device, very good. I don't have one, but it looks alright. Maybe a bit complicated for newer people, but have a look. There's also the Jade Plus, made by Blockstream. If you don't know who Blockstream are, the guy running that, his name is Adam Back, and he was the first person Satoshi emailed. The Jade Plus has some good software on it. It's called Green Wallet, or it links with Green Wallet. User interface looks really good. I don't have one, never tried one, but another good option if you're going Bitcoin only. Now, don't get all held up on, what device should I pick? Any device is better than no device. Any self-custody is better than no self-custody. But in saying that, you have to do your research. There's people online on YouTube that are fantastic with deep diving into setting up wallets, to understanding wallets completely. BTC Sessions is great. Crypto Dad's not bad as well. So check them out. They can really help you set up your wallet from start to finish and understand it. Now, why I say be careful and do your own research, is because recently there was a guy who lost $5 million in XRP. He had an Alipal cold wallet, and on the software it had a red wallet and I think a blue wallet. Now, he didn't understand the difference because it didn't really say anything, and he put his seed phrase into the red wallet, which meant the hot wallet. And what happened? It got wiped. He had some malware or bug. It's in the hot wallet, which means it's connected to the internet, which means the hackers saw the seed and wiped him. 5 million life savings gone. Now, I'm not being judgmental, that he had it all in XRP, but the point is, he didn't understand the software. Now, it probably wasn't his fault, to be honest. They should have been very clear. Yeah, there should have been a big warning sign. Hey, this is a hot wallet, blah blah blah. Don't put your life savings in it. Alipal were good enough to now remove that hot wallet feature completely, because they don't want other people making that mistake. Because it's an easy mistake to make if it doesn't clearly tell you. So don't think that self-custody is scary. Taking control of your assets can be scary, but you've got to learn to trust yourself a little bit. And if you're a person that doesn't trust yourself with your own, finding your own car keys in the morning, then hey, maybe self-custody isn't for you. If you are that bad, then maybe something like IBIT or FBTC on the stock market, on the NASDAQ, is safer. A lot of people, I think there has been a big selling to move over to IBIT and the ETFs, but it doesn't mean everyone has to do it. At the end of the day, you're giving full control of your coins over to the big boys. The whole point of Bitcoin is it's a sovereign bearer asset that the government can't control, can't take from you, and you can go anywhere in the world with your assets at any time. Now, as soon as you put it into the NASDAQ system, well, you've lost that. If you're in the after price appreciation, then okay, fair enough. You do you. But the best way to hodl is in self-custody. I've lost Bitcoin in the past due to not having self-custody, and I don't want anyone else to have the same thing happen to them. It may sound trivial, it may sound like it doesn't matter, but I know so many people that are in the Bitcoin and crypto space, and almost none of them have self-custody, take self-custody. They think it's fine. They don't even know what a wallet is, basically. They just have it on the exchange and think that's theirs, without understanding really what they have, what they bought. One day they might learn their lesson the hard way, unfortunately. You know, a lot of Bitcoin and crypto is stored on Binance. Now, Binance and Coinbase, for that matter, they seem very solid, but never say never. FTX seemed solid as could be, and look what happened. There's been so many collapses. Celsius, 3 O's Capital. I don't know if 3 O's Capital held any, but Celsius certainly did, and that was a huge scam as well. I was actually on the edge of putting all my Bitcoin in there to get a yield. Only a yield on Bitcoin, yeah. Well, it shows how much I knew back then. Lucky I didn't, because I would have lost everything. So, yeah, please take away that lesson. Thanks very much. Have a good day.